Yo, I have lived my entire life in South Carolina, and for my entire life, I have felt like an outsider. Mostly because my parents are both from the north, and I didn't have a lot of friends growing up, so they were my culture, and I didn't really have an opportunity to merge with the culture around me. That's a long story. Suffice it to say, I have never really felt like I belonged here, even though I was born here, spent 36 years of my life here. But today, I get to finally feel like a real Southerner, because I finally have what feels like every other Southerner has that I never had. The one thing that is finally gonna make me fit in, and that is a deep freezer full of deer meat. Yeah, we got a deep freezer. It was a very generous anniversary gift from my mother. She didn't just like decide that we needed a deep freezer. No, Jay and I had already been talking about it for years, and we picked one out, and we were going to go get it, and she very kindly swooped in at the last moment and offered to make it a gift to us. So I'm very grateful for it. It's already like full. But it didn't go where I was expecting to in my house. I kind of wanted it in the corner over by the door, you know, where all my hurricane supplies are. But when we put it over there, we realized we had measured correctly, like it technically fit there. But what we hadn't measured for was that it needs like 4 inches all the way around it from the wall and anything next to it. And like, I guess we could have made it work. It just is gonna be awkward with the door. So we really, when we got it, we're not envisioning it going over here. I'm a little bit sad because this was our Christmas tree corner. So I don't know if we're gonna get to have a Christmas tree this year. At least not a big one. We might get a tabletop one. But I mean, it's a small house. What are you gonna do? We need the freezer full of meat. That's an absolute necessity. So I know this is supposed to be like a house declutter, and I feel like every time I see you, I've added a new piece of furniture. So that probably feels like I'm decluttering in order to reclutter. I don't know, but if you're using everything, does it count as clutter? What definition are we using for clutter here? If there was a hope for my living room to look like Pinterest perfect, I mean, let's be real, it was never gonna look Pinterest perfect. Nothing in my house is gonna look Pinterest perfect, but now I'm a person with a deep freezer in the living room, so, you know. But that doesn't mean it can't be clean. So I guess that just means logically today we gotta work on the deep freezer corner because it is providing a lot of value to my life. It is a very loved member of the family already. It's up there with my air fryer as far as like daily use. I've already been using it every single day. It has earned its place and it deserves a clean corner to belong in, even if that's the corner of my living room. My name's Chastine. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, this is episode 6 of my massive whole house decluttering, where I'm going inch by inch, room by room, cleaning, decluttering, and reorganizing every square foot of my very messy 2-bedroom apartment that I share with my lovely firefighter husband Jay and my humongous cat Tucker. How I've been doing this so far is pick an area of my house, clean it, like just remove everything from the area, get it clean, then try to reorganize by putting everything back with a system that I can maintain in the future. And as you can see, since this is episode 6, I've been doing this for the weeks now, months really, ooh. And I haven't got much past my living room. In fact, I have only finished like half my living room and my bathroom because I kind of ran into an area that made sense to jump to my bathroom because I got some more furniture. Long story. And then I hurt my back, if you didn't hear, and I was out for a couple weeks. So in my little kind of update video I just had, I mentioned I didn't know if I felt up to like a full decluttering. And one of you mentioned, why don't you just start off with like one shelf or one like really easy area to like kind of ease back into it. And I thought that was a great idea because I'm all about easy and being realistic. Actually, I'm not. That's like a downfall of mine. I like to do something that's really totally ambitious and then throw myself in and then get really tired and then not finish it. But I'm working on that because I'm trying to make myself a better homemaker one day at a time. And part of that is learning to pace yourself. So actually, I think what makes the most sense is to go back to my living room because the next spot that I was gonna go in order, I think will be pretty easy. I think that's gonna be manageable. I think I can do that today. We're gonna try anyway. Also in my last video I had one of you guys ask about the places I had worked on so far. So I thought since you guys did the hard work of coming along with me and giving me emotional support, cleaning everything, I could at least give you guys an update tour about how I've been maintaining, or not maintaining, the areas I've done so far. So before we jump into the decluttering, let's take a look at what we got. Alright guys, this is how my kind of mudroom area, the first place I ever worked on, is looking. And I have to say, I think it's not too bad. I think you guys noticed in the last video when I did a very strategic shot of my carpet and did not show you guys the rest of this because it wasn't straightened at the time. And I have straightened it a bit since then, but let's go ahead and finish straightening now so you can see how easy it is. Just getting the shoes up. I mean, this is a daily occurrence, but it's nothing. And I guess I should straighten my purse. Get that zipped up. Can I do this one-handed? No. Okay, that's better. Yes, I need to clean out my purse. I need to get a good daily routine of that going. Probably straighten up my jacket a little bit, just to look a little bit nicer. So I made this little arrangement in the summer decorating video, and at the time I speculated that instead of just one box for hats, come the colder seasons of fall and winter, I might need to upgrade to either 2 baskets or maybe a bigger basket, since we obviously have more hats anyway for the fall and winter months. And we're already starting to incorporate a few more hats. It's not cold here yet. We just have a few cold mornings here and there. Nothing needing winter hats, but just more fall hats, I guess. Anyway, so I haven't decided if I want one bigger one or 2 boxes yet. You guys let me know what you think would look good up here. I'm open to suggestions. And this probably wasn't in the original decluttering video, but I've been keeping my yoga mat out here ever since I hurt my back because I need to stretch multiple times a day just to keep any kind of grip on not getting hurt again. And I was trying to keep it with all the other exercise equipment that Jay kind of keeps in the office, but I'm not realistically gonna roll that up and put it back all day if I have to go to another room. That's life. I'm just not gonna do that. So for the time being, that is living out here. So as far as I'm concerned, as long as it has a home, it's not clutter. But yeah, I think this is going pretty well. The only thing that doesn't live here is that thing, which is daffodil bulbs. Around here, these get planted, I think, in October and November. So hopefully these will not be out here too much longer. We're gonna split them with my mom because obviously in a tiny apartment, we don't really have that much yard. Even though we are in the first floor, we don't have enough yard, obviously, for all of those. So we're very much looking forward to that project, but until those get planted, we just really don't have a good place to keep those. So just to make sure we don't forget about them and they get lost, we kind of have them over here, hopefully in sight, in mind. All right, so next up, I know this probably looks messy to people who don't know, but trust me, this is actually pretty well maintained. So we don't really have a good system, I would say, for receipts. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. And the remotes can just get put back in the remote basket, that's fine. But yeah, otherwise that's been working out pretty good, I think. Cube system has been doing well. You may notice that this was not here. So this was beside my table, and we're going to take a quick trip to where it is not well maintained, which is the side of the couch here where I sit. Can you tell I was in some back pain? This looks like trash because it is trash. There's an actual trash can under there. But all that stuff that also looks like trash is not. But this table was over here where this table was, which my mom was getting rid of, and I volunteered to take it because I thought 2 shelves would help me stay more organized. Which might be true, except when I took it and I switched out pieces, I didn't bother to actually organize it. And even when you saw me guys clean it, I feel like I was mostly just cleaning it. I wasn't really being thoughtful about making systems that I could maintain. Like I did in the bathroom. That is doing so great. I'll show you guys in a minute. But yeah, I think if I don't, just cleaning an area doesn't really work. It's just gonna get messy again. I have to put a system in place, I've realized, to make it easy on myself, that it really feels easier to clean up as I go along than to not. And it has to be very simple. If I have to bend over or do a squat or something, it's probably not gonna happen. If I have to leave the room and go to another place, So I don't know if we're gonna get to that today, but we really need to reorganize that. So I feel a little bit like a failure because you guys saw me work on that. But at the same time, the focus on that day was really the coffee table. And I think that stayed pretty well organized too. Let me show you guys that. Tucker's in Jay's chair giving himself a bath. But the coffee table, I mean, it'll get messy for dinner, but it's pretty easy to clean up. Like, the systems are pretty well in place. Here, I'll just clean up right now. And Jay and Tucker's water can stay there. That's fine. As you can see, I truly did not clean this before I started showing you guys this tour. But for the most part, I think this is staying pretty well organized because pretty much everything has like a spot in here. Well, I guess we are starting to get some random trash, but for the most part, this has stayed pretty well organized. Here, I can straighten this. But like, I mean, for what, months now? I'm not mad. So yeah, I don't know what we're going to do with this stand because it is kind of impractical, but it's so pretty. I hate to get rid of it. And this would probably live up here if we got rid of that. And I think it looks kind of nice here. But at the same time, is it kind of ridiculous that that gardening basket gets its own like plant stand? Alright guys, this is like the for real current state of my bathroom. Y'all, this is so clean for me. Like, look how easy this is to clean up. Ta-da! Clean. So if you guys missed my bathroom reorganization, I keep my like daily stuff I use, like my deodorant and toothbrush and stuff like that, and my hairbrush. I keep that in this cup on my counter because realistically, if I'm gonna use it every day, like I'm just not gonna put it back if I have to go very far because I'm using it every day. And I moved all my like semi-frequent stuff, like my dry shampoos and my hairsprays and my like makeup removers, stuff I use like couple times a week maybe, but not necessarily every day. It just depends what I'm doing up here because it's just so much easier to like, if I'm using something, to just do this where I don't have to like bend over. So now that sounds terrible, but what was happening is I was like having to put it under my counter. And I know it sounds crazy, but the difference between having to like do this, which doesn't require me to bend over, versus doing this. See, because either I'm just like trying to like feel my way under here without looking, and then obviously like stuff would get piled up at the front and top heavy and fall out on me. And since I didn't want to have to clean up a second mess, I just never did it. Or I'd actually have to get down here and do a squat to like see what I'm doing. And still, I really can't get very far back in there, so I'd still have the falling out problem. But plus I'm doing exercise, and like, yo, there's a lot I'll do to avoid any extra unnecessary exercise. And that's terrible. Should work on that, but like baby steps, one thing at a time. Realistically, I'm just not going to be doing that all day long. So this is so much easier. It's so much little effort that I can tell myself that doing this is actually easier than cleaning up a big mess later on. So everything that's under here is basically storage. Everything that's out here is every day. Everything that's up here is like my like less frequent. And I know this is the most recent one and it's only been a couple weeks, but this has been working so well for me. This kind of like organization is what I want for my entire house, because I think I can maintain this. Like the stuff you saw left out, I kind of intentionally didn't put it away just so I could show you guys how easy it was to put away. Like I'm cleaning this up most days. That's a lot of progress for me. I know it's only been a couple weeks since I filmed this, but like, y'all, in Chastain land, Chastain can mess something up in 24 hours. So the fact that this has stayed pretty clean for a couple weeks is like, I can't express to you how huge that is. In my book, this is a monster success. See how nicely the storage is staying? It's amazing what can happen when you don't try to combine your long-term storage with your daily use stuff. Miracles. Which brings us to this corner. Okay, I have my trusty put away box here. So I'm gonna put everything that does not belong out here is gonna go in here, and I'll put it away at the end once I've cleaned everything. You may recognize this from an earlier video. This is all the important documents. This stays out here, by the way. This is what we tie the curtains back with. I don't have a stay here box. I guess the couch, since it's right there, is gonna be my stay here box. But these are all the important documents you saw me clear out from under the coffee table. Yes, they have yet to be dealt with. Well, I mean, I think we rummaged through them when we needed something, but you know, everything else. Oh, there's dust coming up. So I'm like, meh. But yet again, my husband's not here to go through this, and I really need him to go through this, so this is gonna get pushed off. So first, this stuff was all over here, then it got moved over here. Now it's gonna migrate to the office, which I promise that's the last place it's gonna go, because that's where the stuff belongs. Even if it doesn't belong in a pile in the office, at least it'll get sorted there. Ooh, I'm not looking forward to that. That's gonna be a rough one. Why not put that on the stay here couch? Y'all, keep me in line. This clearly goes in the go away box. I put stuff on top of my freezer. I feel like I shouldn't put stuff on top of my freezer. If that gets too heavy, we'll move it. This is also important stuff that needs to go to the office and get sorted. Alright, this little collection of things. I was trying, when I was going to do my summer decorating, I thought about making this a little area. See? Huh? I was going to put a nice like wedding photo or something in this picture. This is my mom's frame. She has this pretty little like floral print. Can you guys see? It's got little jewels on it. Isn't it nice? I think I'm going to give this back to her because I don't know when I'm going to get around to printing out a photo. Probably never. And it's not summer anymore, it's fall, so. Although, there's no reason this stuff couldn't be fall either, so. I don't really know where to put it. I guess it's temporarily going to go in the put back box. And at the end, if it makes sense to use it for decoration, I might. But I also might not. I really don't know where to put it away. This is to like roll on my back, but I haven't been using it because it's too small. I don't like it. So this needs to go back to the office with the other stuff that's like this put away. Y'all, I haven't done this in so long. I forget that I have a put away box and I go to like leave and do it, but I know that makes me inefficient. That's why like I set up the system before I did any decluttering so I wouldn't be like going back and forth all the time. But you leave it for a couple weeks and then you forget what you did. This looks like important papers. Ooh, dust. This will stay out here, but I need to move it, obviously. Ooh, it's dusty. It was flattening this book that got warped. Another gift from my mother. Hopefully we'll get around to filling this out pretty soon. It's really cool. It's got like the state park and like kind of like a built-in scrapbook where you like, I guess, put pictures. Add your favorite ticket stub or photo. I went with. Let me know if like I actually get around to filling this out if you guys are interested in a travel vlog around South Carolina. Or am I the only nerdy person who enjoys that kind of stuff? Alright, we got a ton of books. These do not belong out here. Ugh, this is not going to be good for my back. I can already feel it. Ugh. Games. It probably would make sense to keep the games out here, but we have so many of them, it's just not logical. So we do have a spot for games, they just need to get put back. They haven't moved back. Of course, if you guys saw my chatty 100 subscriber special, you saw me diligently clean this out with my blood, sweat, and tears. It's gonna stay out here. I worked too hard on it, but it needs to get moved so I can dust under it. And a bunch of like coupons and miscellaneous mail that probably needs to go gone through. Ugh. Alright, that's not looking too bad. This pillow obviously goes on the couch. Got another curtain tie back that stays out here. These are for projects. I'm not really sure what Jay has in mind for these, so I guess they'll stay, or at least go. I may regret doing this, but I think this is going to be the project corner for right now, even though I just showed you guys how nice and decluttered this was. Do y'all have a million projects going at once? None of them finished? My cat's right there. Alright, this is not going by too fast. Let's see, what do we got back here? A cat toy. Cat. Say hello, cat. Do you want your cat toy? Yes? There you go. Enjoy. And this is like my knitting basket, which I really need to like get into. Ooh, what's that? Tripod stuff. That can go in the office. But look at all my knitting stuff. I need to get back into that. This is not actually knitting stuff. This is a balloon thing. We have a place for this in the laundry room. And that basket's pretty well sorted. Inside. And they're knitting stuff. Nice. I guess I do need to take that off just so I can dust it, but pretty much done. Oh, there's some games hiding on this corner. Don't you know that something's always hiding somewhere? Phase 10. Compliments of my mother. Actually, all the games out here are compliments of my mother. We probably are keeping it out here because we would take it on vacation, especially if we went with her, so it just made sense. But they don't need to live out here, even though I love them. This is Domino's, if you didn't know. Domino's is awesome. If you haven't tried it, go out and get some Domino's. Okay, so that's gonna about do it for the... Really? Did you guys see that? Just went straight through. Yeah. Maybe if I land like that. No! Stop it! Okay, let's try this again. These are gonna go in the put away box. Stay. Okay, so here's the put away box. Here's the stay put area. Ignore my tissue there. So I just need to move these and get to dusting. I guess since the humidity is not too bad in the house, I could put this away. Just roll that into the bedroom. Goes with the sweeper that I never use. Temporarily move this so I can get to dusting. I don't know if I said, but this is also clearly knitting stuff. Oh, I need to get back into daily knitting. all the knitting. You'd think I'd be an expert knitter. Well, that stuff was so bulky that the dust, look at the dust shadow. It's kind of nice that I won't have that much to dust. Look how close we are to being done with this. Y'all had such a good idea about just pacing myself with one shelf. I mean, I guess technically there's 2 shelves here, but you know, it's not a lot. It's time for your favorite duster. Just kidding, I know you guys hate this as much as I do. Well, you just work. It is so nice not to have to bend over though. Is there dust in the crevices? Get some multi-pledge on that. Let's adjust it for the bottom sweep. I know that's too much. Do like 90-degree angle. That's much better. This is gonna be the easiest declutter ever. Guess I should move this so I can dust in the corner. Oh, I don't want to do that. But that would make sense. Now I'm just stalling. Can I move this without hurting myself again? That's a fun song. I guess it mostly just slides up. Oh, don't break. Always receipts. Alright, I guess I should get the broom. Will this work for the corner? I already have it out. Let's try. Alright, duster, can you do your job? I think this is going to be another job for Clorox. I have yet to get some magic erasers. You guys, I need to make a shopping list with you guys so you can remind me of the stuff I need to get. Let's see if I can get back there. Ugh, this is not made for big people. Got my sanitizing wipes. Start with one. This is probably not going to be a flattering angle, but I have no way to film this. What are these splatters from? Do I even want to know where these splatters are from? Can mold splatter? Is that how mold works? There's 2 holes back here. Guess they were for telephone lines or the internet or something back when people used internet with cables. Say that like that isn't what I grew up with. Gosh, I go through a lot of these on this kind of thing. Pretty sure this is not what they're for, but... Well, now I just remember I said I was going to get a toothbrush for these corners. And did I do that? No. Do I have a million toothbrushes I could be using for this? Yes. Am I too lazy to go up and get one right now? Also yes. Alright, speaking of making my life easier. Ooh, this is warm. Should my deep freezer be warm? I don't know if that's a good thing. Okay. Speaking of making my life easier, my husband ordered me these from Amazon. So we're going to do a little unboxing. They're supposed to be some kind of like dust corner thing. Like, I don't know, some kind of plastic thing you put in the corner to trap the dust. And they're supposed to be easier to clean than if you let the corner just get dusty. Not exactly sure how it works, but when he explained it to me, it sounded great. I'm like, sure, let's try it. So we're going to do a little experimentation. This is the first corner. Well, obviously I haven't opened it yet, so this is going to be the first corner. We're going to do this together. I trimmed off the top of it, but like, didn't open it. Yeah, that's nice. That's what I get for trying to do stuff on camera. I probably also shouldn't have the scissors pointed towards me, but this is, now I'm like T-Rex awkward. I should just like back up and move for the shop, but again, as I've established, I'm lazy and I don't want to move. So we're going to try to cut this open left-handed. Is that more dangerous than just having it pointed towards me? This is really close to my face. I'm doing this for you guys to have the optimal cinematic experience. So, you know, if I cut myself in the face, ooh, that's really close to my face. You're welcome. It was for the art. Okay. I don't know how people do unboxings for a living. That's surprisingly hard. So, it's another bag. Of course it is. Okay. Oh, they're like really tiny. I don't know why I thought they were going to be bigger. I thought they were going to be bigger. Can you guys see that? Try not to show my address. Can y'all see these? Don't look at my name. Can you guys see them? They look like little jewels. Alright, let's try to get these open. They don't have my name on it anyway. Made in China, of course. Mini? No, just dust guard. Dust guard, okay. I'm super excited to, ooh, I feel weird. You know what they feel like? This thing. They feel like these things. You know, the little, yeah, that came right off. This thing. Ah! This thing from the lamp and this thing, they are the same material. So I guess if I lose these, I could drill a hole in this. Kind of excited about that. It's like a bonus. Y'all like bonuses? I don't know. For some reason, I was under the impression it was going to be metal. Well, I guess I knew it was plastic, but I did not expect it to feel like this. They're kind of cool. Can you see it? Oh, yeah, so these are exactly, yeah, this is like the same material. So I know since I already washed these before when I was cleaning this thing, they need to get washed again. Look at that, it already got dusty. Then these will be super easy to clean too. So that's good. I already kind of know. I thought this was going to be an experiment for the both of us, but I can already tell you that this kind of material you could just throw in a colander, wash it, let it dry, and call it a day. Now, because they're so small, I'm a little skeptical, because if you remember my previous dust bunnies in other corners, I feel like they were a lot bigger than these little things. So, but I mean, let's give it a try. So I'm going to install it. There's actually a couple corners here, so I don't know. Okay, I wonder if it would fit up there. We'll try. It's just hard to do this while holding a camera, if you're wondering. Okay, it fell. Let me try with my right hand. There we go. Now I knocked this one out. Let's put this guy back. What do we think, guys? I was picturing them being way bigger. I don't know. It's just a waste of plastic? Or will this be a godsend and this will solve all my dust bunny problems? To be continued. We'll update in the future. Okay, I'm just going to try to get this Clorox down, get these little crevices cleaned up as quick as I can. I'm starting to get sore and I am over it. Y'all know turning that thing on means that we are done. It's hard to get a good after shot of this corner because of the deep freezer, but y'all, it looks great, I think. And that did not take too long at all. So to recap the living room, we've done 3/4 of it. Alright guys, I think that's going to do it for today. I really hope you guys got something done with me too, or just enjoyed watching me make just a little bit of progress, even if it's just a little bit. I really feel good about like keeping this going, so hopefully a year from now we'll be looking back on this and being like, wow, look how far you come, Justine. So anyway, thank you so much for coming along with me. It really means a lot to me, and I love that when I ask you guys for support, you all give me so much encouragement every time. And I know it's I shouldn't need it, but I do. I love you guys so much. And I can't wait to see you again. Bye.